I didn't remind my dad's wife about his award ceremony. My dad married Laura when I was 16. By then, my mom had already passed, and it had just been me, my dad, and my younger brother Noah for years. When Laura first moved in, she acted warm in front of people, but behind closed doors. She made it very clear that we were extra baggage. She never said it outright, but it was in the comments. How the house felt crowded now. How groceries cost more with growing boys. How she couldn't wait until we were old enough to do our own thing. My dad worked long hours and missed most of it, or maybe he just didn't want to see it. My dad is a high school teacher, and teaching is his whole life. Every year, he pours everything into his students. Late nights grading, weekends planning lessons, spending his own money on supplies. He never expects praise, but it still matters to him. That's why, when he got nominated for a district teaching award, it was a huge deal. Noah and I were so proud. We knew the ceremony date by heart. It was written on the calendar in the kitchen, circled in red for months. Laura knew about it too, or at least she should have. My dad mentioned it multiple times at dinner. She'd nod absently while scrolling on her phone or say things like, "That's nice, dear," without ever looking up. About a week before the ceremony, she asked me when it was. I was in the living room doing homework. She was standing over me, arms crossed, already irritated about something else. I told her it was sometime next week. She frowned and said I needed to be more specific. I shrugged and said my dad probably had it handled. Over the next few days, she asked again, once while I was washing dishes, once while I was heading out the door for school. Each time I stayed vague. Tuesday or Wednesday, maybe Thursday evening. I figured if it really mattered to her, she'd ask my dad or check the calendar herself. She never did. The day of the ceremony, Noah and I dressed up right after school. I ironed my dad's favorite shirt. Noah fixed his tie 3 times until it looked right. We left early so we could get good seats. Laura stayed home saying she had a headache and errands to run. She didn't even ask where we were going. When my dad walked onto the stage and they called his name, the whole room clapped. Noah squeezed my arm so hard it hurt. My dad scanned the crowd, smiling, and when he saw us, his face softened in this way I'll never forget. There was an empty seat next to us where Laura could have been. That night we came home late. My dad was glowing, holding the plaque like it might disappear if he let go. Laura looked up from the couch and frowned. "Why are you all dressed up?" she asked. My dad blinked. "The award ceremony," he said, "tonight." Her face drained of color. She grabbed her phone, pretending to scroll, and muttered something about dates getting mixed up. She never congratulated him. Not that night. Not the next day. The plaque went on the bookshelf, and she acted like it wasn't there. 2 weeks later, Laura threw a fit because my dad forgot to record one of her favorite shows. She accused him of not caring about her interests, of always putting work and kids first. He apologized like he always did. I watched from the hallway, feeling something heavy settle in my chest. A month after that, my dad sat Noah and me down at the kitchen table. He looked exhausted. Older, somehow. He told us Laura was moving out and that they were separating. He didn't blame her out loud, but he said he realized he'd been shrinking himself to keep someone else comfortable. When Laura packed her things, she didn't say goodbye to us. As she was leaving, she paused and looked at the bookshelf, at the plaque. Then she looked at me. "You could have reminded me," she said quietly. I met her eyes and said, "You could have cared." She left without another word.